Welcome to Action Coaching. We thank God for you being with us on today because it is the desire of Action Coaching is to help the God-given potential in you come out of you so you can experience your best in life. I want to encourage you that the very thing that's going to take care of you is already on the inside of you. You just got to bring your gift and talent from the inside to the outside so that you can impact the world and impact your own life. So we are certainly grateful that you are with us on today. Now I want you to hit share, and let others know that Action Coaching is on the air and they need to be a part of it. That they can go to the social media and tune in right now because we got an exciting topic for you today, and it's certainly going to be a blessing to them. We want to expand the number of people that are enjoying Action Coaching so that we can continue to coach the potential out of people so that they can live their best life. Now today I've been talking about success principles. I did it in our last session of Action Coaching, and I'm going to continue today. So one of the success principles that I'm going to talk about today is overcoming your senses. Yes, we all have 5 senses, and you and I have experienced times in life where our senses stopped us from achieving great things. There's a scripture in the Bible, 2 Corinthians 4:18, and I'll just sum it up this way. It tells us, while we look not at the things which are seen, because it says the things that are seen are temporal. When they say temporal, that means the very thing that you're looking at is changing while you are looking at it. And it goes on to say, we look at the things that are not seen, because the things that are not seen are eternal. Now, understand that first part says, while we look not at the things that are seen. It don't mean that we don't see what we're looking at. It's simply saying that what you are looking at is changing while you're looking at it. Have you ever been in life, well, I know you have, I know most people have, that you can look in the mirror every single day. And every single day you think you have the same appearance. And then all of a sudden you can look in the mirror one day, as for me and others that understand what I'm talking about, as you get older, or let's say more mature, you notice that a gray hair has come in your head, and you wonder, how in the world did the gray hair come? Because you did not actually see it come, but they let you know it was changing all of the time, and you just did not see it. Now, how does one be successful? These are only points to help you, and they have helped me to do the things that God have called me to do. Now, what your senses do is immediately your senses look at all of the things that are against you. A lot of time we take our senses and talk us out of even pursuing the dream. The senses will notice how hard it's going to be, how many people are against you, or how many people tell you that it's never been done. And all kind of things can appeal to your senses, and you could pretty much lose the dream before you started. I can even share this. Nobody in my family have done what I had attempted to do at that time. And of course, when I revealed it to them, they began to look at the senses part of it. How are you going to do it? How are you going to make it? Where are you going to get the money? Where are you going to get the people? Just how in the world are you going to do it? And so many people experience that when you start anything in life. You got a dream. You know you can do it. You know you're gifted at it. But look like everything lines up to stop your dream or to stop you from having what you believe you should have. And the senses do that. They make you look at what's in front of you. They make you look at how hard it's going to be. It makes you look at the things, the numbers. Nobody has done it before. Or you're from the wrong side of the track. Or you don't have the education. And the world is full of people that don't have certain things but have created great things. And so in order to overcome the senses, you got to understand, first of all, the purpose of the senses, and second of all, how to overcome them when it's necessary for you to achieve great things in God. Now, of course, we're given senses to help us deal with the things that are quote unquote we have to deal with every day. Seeing, touching, feeling, all of those things that are part of the senses, those things are there. But however, the senses are there to help us recognize certain things. If we were driving on the road, we need our eyes to see the stop sign or the speed limit or whatever. If we're eating something, we need the sense of taste in order to experience what we're eating. Now, the senses are necessary and they have their place. But also the senses can be detrimental because the same things you can enjoy in one instance can become a roadblock in another instant. When sometimes you're at a point that you don't know how you're going to make it. You don't know how you're going to get the money because the senses is telling you nobody's going to lend you anything. Nobody's going to help you. Nobody's ever done it like this before. And the senses tell you that what you're thinking about might not be a real good dream. And before you know it, you talk yourself out of starting before you even started. When I first went to college, my desire at that particular time and going to college was I wanted to practice dentistry. I thought that was a career, not that I wanted to be working on people's mouth and all of that all day. The only thing I was looking at was I had read somewhere that they make a whole lot of money. So I was looking at everything that could make a whole lot of money, and that was going to be my career of choice. But however, when my senses start experiencing chemistry and physics and those things, my senses told me in a hurry that was not the career for me. Now, however, there have been people that are doing that work in a great and wonderful in the profession, but obvious their senses did not block them from doing what they dreamed to do. But mine said, no, don't think it's going to be a good thing for you to do that. So, how do we overcome them? When the senses come, they come both to bless you and they come both to encourage you to continue to strive. Because the senses let you know what you've got to do to achieve, and the senses let you know the things that you must overcome. So we are excited about overcoming the senses. Now, the senses are important. They are important to this respect. You know they're there. You know they're talking to you. You know what's before you. But like any great person or any person in life, it is overcoming the challenges that motivate us. It is breaking through the walls that have been set up that drive us. It is knowing that there's more inside of me than I can see right now. You remember I told you about the scripture in the Bible, 2 Corinthians 4:18, where it says, while we look not at the things which are seen because they are temporal. And your senses let you know that you see them. But your spirit lets you know they are temporal, that you can overcome them. You can make it through. And so certainly I thank God for the senses, but I thank God that we are learning how to overcome them. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'm going to be right back because I got to talk to you about the other side of the senses.
Hello, my name is Naja Ross, and I'm here with an all-new Action Health update. As many of you know, we currently are still battling COVID-19 and must continue to practice safety measures that we know can protect us from the virus. At the moment, there are currently 8.5 million cases in the United States, and we're nearing almost 225,000 deaths. Unfortunately, these numbers are continuing to rise, including in the state of Georgia, where we have reached almost 350,000 cases and are nearing 8,000 deaths. Let's continue to do our part and ensure that we are protecting not only ourselves, but our loved ones from this virus. Please continue to social distance and wear your mask in public. The CDC has introduced new guidelines where 6 feet may not be enough to protect you from an infected individual. So they are introducing 8 feet between you and other individuals in public places. Please continue to stay vigilant, stay informed, and keep yourself updated on whatever information the CDC or other reputable sources may put out. Remember, we can get past this. We can fight this. Stay strong and stay healthy.
I left off talking about the senses. How that an individual must overcome what you see. But understand that you are going to see some things. Yes, and it is going to look, a small hill can become a mountain. Senses tend to exaggerate stuff. It tends to make it bigger than it actually is. It makes you think that you've got to depend on someone else to pull you through and not understand at the end of the day, the gift that's inside of you, you are the one that's going to have to believe in it and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that God has called you to do this, or you believe that this is your path in life. I never will forget that I hadn't gotten my license too long at that particular time. And I was with some friends and we left Atlanta, Georgia, and we were going to Panama City, Florida. Now, we're all young, we're in the car, and off we went. Just as we got on the highway out of Alabama, I believe, that was taking us to Panama City, it started to rain. Man, did it start to rain. It rained, thunderstorm, and everything. And looking at it, all of us was in the car saying, don't know if we're going to make it and be on time where we were wanting to go. And there was water on the road, it was cars weaving, different things were happening. Hadn't seen that type of thunderstorm are driving at that particular time. But in the car, usually this is what happened. One of the people that were riding with us that wasn't even driving, just, the back seat driver. Everybody done been a part of the back seat driver or side seat driver, whichever one it is. But the person in the back seat said, well, if we keep on going, eventually it's going to stop raining. Now all we were looking at was the rain, the thunder, and the lightning, and all of that. But that person kept saying, if we keep on going, it's probably not raining on the other side. Now we didn't know nothing about that. All we knew was what we were in. Well, he said it so many times, it began to aggravate us, but we kept on driving. And eventually, it's like we went across a bridge. And when we went across the bridge, on the front side of the bridge, it was raining and thunderstorming. But when we got across the bridge on the other side, it was a clear day and the sun was out. That helped us to know that sometimes you can see something with your senses on one hand, but on the other hand, it's a totally different picture. Let me cover this point. How do we overcome circumstances like that in our senses? I often say you got to live from the inside out. Now we can call it a dream. I like to call it a vision. Then some people like to call it a purpose. But when you have made up your mind on your dream, your purpose, your goal, you have got to be prepared to have that dream, that purpose, and that goal strong enough to make you leap past your senses. Because some days, even when you're pursuing your dream and goal, it's going to tell you, what's the use? I never get a break. I'll never get an opportunity. I've been there. I've been through all of that. But yet, the dream on the inside of me kept me going and helped me to overcome every time my senses told me to quit. Now that's the thing that every individual got the purpose in their heart, that you got to overcome the blocks that the senses send you. So it's amazing that when you know you got a dream, you know you can do it. You know that you're gifted to do it. Every single day, I can assure you that your senses are going to say, try something else. Do something else. You got other skills and talents and all of those things. As I heard a quote one time, and it's true. People are born originals. All of us are born originals. We don't even have all the same fingerprints, so that lets you know God made all of us originals. But we usually die as copycats. Most people do die as copycats because they're trying to be everything else but themselves. That's why when you live from the inside out, it helps you to overcome the senses. It allows you to say, the mountain is high, but I can get over it. The valley may be rough, but I know I can make it through it. I might not have the money, I might not have the skill, but if I keep going and keep believing, my dream can come to pass. Whether it's me going, help me eventually get the money or the skill or whatever, it helps you to understand that you can overcome the senses. And I praise God that I learned in order to be successful, you can't all the time look at what's in front of you. You got to look at what's on the inside of you. And that's the amazing quality that God has placed in all of us. Have you ever looked at some people and you didn't think they could do certain things, but all of a sudden, when they began to do the thing that you didn't think that they could do, you are amazed because you just didn't know that they were capable of doing the same thing or doing it in a tremendous way. I remember when we were in high school and a young guy came in. When we were in high school, they used to make everybody sing in what they call the high school choir, whether you could sing or not. And then we had a guy who we all knew we weren't great singers and thought he was a bad singer. But however, when the teacher pushed him up there to lead a song, when he opened his mouth, all of the rest of us saw that he was the only good singer in the whole school. But none of us realized that he could do that because our senses had already told him by looking at him, judging him, he could not do it. How many times in life have people looked at you just like that? Because they cannot see what's on the inside of you. I learned this a long time ago. When you're going to do something great and you're striving for tremendous goals, you might as well get ready to kind of be lonely to an extent. And I can be in a room full of people myself and still be alone. I can be in a crowd and still be alone because I come to understand when you're striving for great things, nobody can understand what it's like being you. Nobody can understand the difficulties you had to go through. Why you made decisions that you made. Because they simply couldn't see past their senses. And you had to look at something else other than your senses. I want you to know on today that you will overcome your senses because you understand the purpose of your senses on today. And that God will allow you to overcome these things. This is the time we're going to be successful. This is the time we're going to make it. Remember, you can and you will overcome your senses because success is on the other side. I'll be right back to talk to you.
And God see, we need God to work miracles. We need God to open doors. 2011 is going to be the breakout year. 2011, God going to reclaim all. But he going to need you to have confidence in the fact that if you just do what his words say do, God is going to cover all. Everybody standing. Come on with me and praise God. I ain't talking no more. Maybe that's a sermon. I know what the title is. Tell the truth in prayer. Yeah, that's what it needs to be. Tell the truth in prayer. Help Christians to quit lying on the sly.
Well, I certainly enjoyed you being with me on today, and I trust that the principle I taught on success was a blessing to you. I want you to know that we are in a time where not only is the world changing, society is changing. The way we do things are changing. That's not a bad thing. It's just simply opening all of us up to brand new opportunities. And I thank God for that fact. Once we begin to leap past our senses, we all are going to achieve great things. The only person you need to believe is you. If you believe you can overcome your senses, don't worry. Others will come along beside you and they'll know that they can overcome their senses and great things can happen. So I certainly enjoyed talking to you on this week. I want to encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. Help us to continue to minister to others with this word so that they too can become successful. It is our desire to coach the potential out of you so that you can enjoy it in life. So I'm certainly looking forward to you sitting down and making a financial contribution so that Action Coaching can continue to grow and continue to do bigger and better things. There's a link in my bio that will give you a host of opportunities and ways that you can donate to Action Coaching. And I'm certainly thankful for all of my partners' financial support. It is you that make things happen. It is you that's sending me around the world. It is you that allow me to minister to so many people. So I thank you so much for that. Well, the Lord bless you. I certainly enjoyed talking to you. And as I do each and every time, share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.